A pleasant day, everyone. We are the third group of BSIT 1C, and we're going to discuss some of the topics of our subject IT 103, Data Structure and Algorithms, which is about 2D arrays and positional game. But first, who are we? We would like to introduce ourselves. We are the team Paro Paro G, and I am Nazal Angelu R. Asuncion.
I am Sarina Joy Panyo.
And I am Janeline Scolta Macarilay.
And I'm Michelangelo T. Del Prado.
I'm J. Peronimo. And I am Sean Bryant Navarro.
And we are from BSIT 1C. And now let's proceed to our first reporter, Miss Sarina.
Okay, so positional game. What is an positional game? Positional games are a subfield of combinatorics that studies a large range of two-player games, from popular recreational games like tic-tac-toe, chess, SRS, and etc. So positional game is a game that a combinational game for two players or two-player teams. So for example, tic-tac-toe. In tic-tac-toe, there are only two options, X and O's, same as S or S. It is only S or O. And positional games is described as it has a finite set of elements, and its elements are what we call positions. So it is X or a finite set of the element F, and we have F or a family of subset of X. The sets in F are called winning sets, and also a criterion for winning games. Why positional game? It allows the player to decide which position of their element should be put in, which makes this a mind game, and it is the favorite of strategic thinkers. So in positional game, you have to think or calculate first before making a move. This game will not only enhance your strategy, but it will also exercise your mind. Next.
Now let's proceed to our positional game example in Python. So we would like to show you an example of positional game kung makikita natin sa Python. So I'm going to show you. Here we have our game. If we run this code, first thing that will ask the user is the decision of our player one, kung saan niya gustong ipalagay yung kanyang element, which is the X here. The X. So, kung ilalagay natin yung element natin sa first block natin, we put 1. So, there you go. Kita natin yung X na sa ating block 1. So now, next naman na titira is ating player 2, which is the 0. So kung lalagay natin yung, kunyari ang decision ni player 2 is ilalagay niya sa 5 or sa gitna na block, sa 5th block. Mapupunta yung kanyang element sa 5th block. So now, it's the player 1's turn. Gusto niyang i-block yung tira ni player 2. Ilalagay niya yung kanyang element sa 7th block. So, there you go. Ganyan yung example ng positional game pag nilagay natin sa Python. So, ito yung example natin. Next. Next, Miss Janeline. Miss Janeline.
Next slide po. Hello? Dinig po ba ako?
Yes, rinig ka.
Okay, as I was saying kanina, yung 2D arrays po is, ito po yung example niya. Yun pong, yung may mga rows from 0 to row 4. And may mga columns po siya from column 0 to column 2. Ito po yung example ng 2D arrays. Next.
Hello po. 2DR example in Python. Number 1, above method 1. This is what I will discuss with you in the 2D arrays method. So this is example code. The first thing we will do is we will import the array. Then the next, we will put the value of rows and columns equal 5 and 5. For once we have done it, the output will be 5 rows and 5 columns. And the next we will do it, we will put ARR square bracket 0, multiply columns, and then we will put print ARR case. For once we have done it, this output will be pure 0 with 5 rows and 5 columns. You will always remember that when you coding the array, you will always import the array first so that he does not make an error. Next.
Above method 2. Okay. Ang una po natin gagawin is parang i-import lang po tayo ulit ng array. Sabay lagay po tayo ng value na rows and calls. Ang calls po is yung columns. Sabay lagay po tayo ng element sa loob ng parenthesis ng 5 and 5. And lagay po tayo ng value ng r equals square bracket for I in range, calls for j in range, rows, print array. Kaya po dito nilagyan ng for I in range para po yung magiging output niya ay para, di ba po sa columns row, ang columns niya is magiging 5 and ang rows niya is 5. Parang na-arrange po siya, hindi po siya yung magulo. Sabay pag once na print po na natin yung R, is ang magiging output po niya is ganun po yung nakikita po niyo sa may kabila. Ito pong output na 0, 0, yun parang 0, 0, ganyan po magiging output niya. And dito naman po sa pangatlo, above method 3, import po tayo ulit ng array and lagay po tayo ulit ng rows and columns ng 5 and 5 sabay R yung square bracket by square and for I in range rows column and for J in range calls and call that all that append 0 and arrange that append call printer. Kasi po ang append in Python, siya po yung nag-a-adds ng single item para ma-existing yung list. Hindi po siya magbabalik ng new list of items but para ma-modify po niya yung original list by adding the item to the end of the list. Para po pagkatapos po niya ma-executing yung method ng append on the list, ang magiging size po niya is ma-increase by 1. Ang magiging output po niya dyan is yung 5 rows sabay 5 columns yung dito naman po sa may kabila. Pero ang parang ganito po. Nakikita niyo po diyan sa may katapat niyan is ganyan po yung magiging output niya. Next.
Okay na, JP.
Okay na, next.
Okay. Thank you, JP and
Ay.
Mitch, for explaining our 2DR example in Python. Now, let's proceed our next example of 2D array in Python, which is papakita lang natin yung representation ng 2D array sa Python. So, again, kailangan pa rin nating maglagay ng import array, then our list here, 11, 12, 5, and 2, 15, 6, and 10, 10, 8, 12, 5, and 12, 15, 8, 6. So ano ang goal natin? Ipapakita natin yung talagang pinaka dapat na makikita natin para masabi natin 2D array yun. Kasi 'di ba, kung 2D array ito, it should be two-dimensional. So merong rows and columns. Gaya na nakikita natin dito. So kung may execute natin lahat ng to, ito yung magiging output. So papansin natin lahat naka-grid yung magiging output niya. Same din sa ating dapat na makikita if we are talking about 2D array. So, next, Sean.
Relationship between positional game and 2D array. Next slide. So, positional game relating to 2D array. Every positional game has agreed, like for positional game, element should have only one data type and is only related to the game. In secondary arrays, it is in two-dimensional form, means it has a row and columns, and its element should consist of one data types only. Importance of two-dimensional in Python list are an extremely important data structure in Python programming. With many applications, they can be very confusing to begin with, and you should make sure you are confident complete one-dimensional array before learning about them. So nakikita nyo po dito sa example ng two-dimensional arrays is itong, yung tulad nga po ng sinabi kanina is X is a infinite set of elements, often X. So, and F a family of subset of X. So, dito po sa example, this is a classic example of positional game is tic-tac-toe nga po. So, dun sa X po, contain the 9 square of the game board and F contain the 8 lines that determine a victory. So, paano ka makakakuha ng victory po? Kailangan mo lang gawin is nang makakuha ka ng kunyari X na 3 horizontal line, ganun po, and 3 vertical. Kahit alin po dun sa dalawa, and 2 diagonal. And the winning criterion nga po is the first player who holds an entire winning set. So, meron din other examples po ng positional games are Hex and the Shannon switching game. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Wait lang. Meron pa akong dagdag dun sa explanation is yan. Based po dito sa nakita niyo po dito sa example na to is parang array po siya na may 3 columns sabay 3 rows. Kasi di po, di ba? Pag kunyari yung player 1 is nag-attack po siya ng kunyari yung X nga dito. Yung parang pag po, yung parang pahaba na ganun nasa gitna ay yung para po yung yung sa SOS din, parang nakakonect siya dun sa tic-tac-toe. Parang yun, 3 rows siya, sabay 3 columns. Parang napag-connect yung positional game saka yung 2D arrays dito sa naging base dito sa output na nakalagay dito. Yun lang. Thank you.
Thank you. So wait, meron pa tayong ibang example ng positional games, which is chess. Tama ba? Diba? So same din siya sa positional games natin. So that's all from our group 3. Thank you very much for listening. We hope na marami po tayo natutunan sa discuss ng grupo ngayon. Again, we are the team.
Paro
Para
G.
G.
Para G.
Thank you.
Thank you
very
po.
much.
Thank you po.